Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Noisy Neighbours podcast. We've been busy tonight, Christian. Another one.
We have, mate. Last one of the three, right?
It's absolutely class, though. Let's get into it. Well, the player isn't class we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
As you can see from the video title, we are on here to talk about Jadon Sancho potentially returning to Manchester United. As you can tell from my tone of voice and facial expression, I'm absolutely over the moon with this, just like I was in 2022, 21, whenever we fucking got duped into signing the shit bastard. So, yeah, I've got a lot to say on this, and I know you have as well. So, let's just, the headline news. I think David Ornstein, was it?
Yeah.
David Ornstein has tweeted that, just bear with me, Chelsea must pay Manchester United $5 million if Jadon Sancho loan is not turned permanent in the summer. The 24-year-old winger left United on a temporary basis with an obligation to buy worth $25 million, but Chelsea can opt out for this fee. So it's breaking a contract. There is a fee that comes with breaking a contract, which, according to David Ornstein, obviously one of the best journalists in the world, says that it's £5 million. Firstly, what are your thoughts on that? Because what the fuck's the point of an obligation to buy? I mean, that's great, isn't it, for United's perspective? What if we've already, where we are PSR rules. What if we've already accounted for that in our accounts? Say Patrick Dorgu, for example. Well, we could be absolutely fucked here then. That's no good. What are your thoughts on that? Just the actual contract obligation shit. It's not an obligation, is it?
It's an unprecedented situation, isn't it? I mean, from my lifetime watching football, I've never known a team to pay a fee to get out of keeping a player. I mean, to say that same guy has a bit of an ego problem, there is something has gone seriously wrong. Because, mate, it's unfathomable. I never got the sign anyway. You know my opinion on Jadon Sancho. If we want to just flip it back to the beginning,
go for it, mate. Tell us.
He actually came through Man City's youth, and we spoke then when he went to Dortmund, and I said, I saw some clips of him, and he was doing megs on the halfway line, and there was like these, it's like TikTokable clips, but he never looked a great player. He never looked like he could beat a man, even, and I'm talking EDS level. This is Man City under 18s. He went to Borussia Dortmund. Look, some would say he had massive success. Again, if you actually watch his clips from Dortmund, it's kind of a similar story. He can't really beat a man. Man United come in, they get him for a huge deal, and he just played up to exactly what I thought he was going to do. I never thought he could cut it at Prem level, and he couldn't. But with Jadon Sancho, it's not just his footballing ability that is the problem. That's a huge issue. However, his attitude has been just dating back to City days. You are talking, what was he at City, 17, 18? Mate, he had disciplinary issues at that age. So the fact that he had disciplinary issues then, by the way, a lot of people skip over this, and I researched this, he had disciplinary issues at Borussia Dortmund. Then United signed him. Again, he had disciplinary issues. The first time he's actually not is this Chelsea time, from what I've not heard anything anyway, but he's been that shit. I think him turning up late for the fucking coach is the last of their worries. I don't think they even fucking give a shit. They're rustling for the receipts, seeing what the return policy is on the cut.
They gave him the wrong time for the bus, so he didn't.
They're sending him to oh god, mate. So look, it is an unbelievable situation. I'm so eager to get your comments on this, because I know you echo quite a lot of my thoughts, but dude, where are you at with this?
Okay, let's see if we just go back to like 2020 time. I have got tweets to back it up, by the way. I tweeted my friends on this in 2020, 2019 as well.
You've got your receipts.
I've got my receipts, yeah. If I can dig the receipts out, I will potentially post them on some sort of clip. So this is my personal Twitter account, by the way. The podcast does not have a Twitter account yet. We're just sort of trying to master YouTube and TikTok at the moment. But Jadon Sancho, okay, United were linked to him for what felt like a lifetime. Jadon Sancho is your stereotypical Bundesliga winger who racks up stats in a league that gives massive spaces to wingers who can't create off the dribble.
Yeah.
They lack agility, they lack speed, they lack strength. Fortunately for Borussia Dortmund, they got the numbers up, and they found a club stupid enough to think that his ability was in line with 20 goals, 15 assists. It wasn't. Jadon Sancho lacks the ability to beat people. He lacks the pace, he lacks the strength, he lacks the balance, he lacks the agility. He has got average feet. He sort of gets the ball, he does a little bit of a flick and lays it off. Jadon Sancho is a carousel of a footballer. And I don't mean your Iniesta Xavi carousel. I mean he gets it, he turns, he lays it off to his fullback. He will do this for the rest of his career. You put him in the Bundesliga, he'll get cheap stats, yes. Yeah. Henrik Mkhitaryan got fucking stats. Kagawa got cheap stats. This fucking Timo Werner got fucking stats, man. Don't talk to me about that league. Even Nkunku, who we all thought was good, can't fucking do anything in the Prem. No, I was very disappointed with the signing. I thought it was ridiculous. I also thought he'd prefer to play on the left, which Solskjaer very kindly backed up in an episode of The Overlap with Neville, where he said, I really wanted Sancho, but he wants to play on the left. Just at that time, we had Martial and Rashford playing really well, by the way, who both were good on the left and are both 10 times the player that Sancho ever will be or ever was. So, yeah, thanks for that, Ollie. If he wanted to play on the left, why the fuck did you bother? So we finally get shut of the fucking nightmare, and Chelsea have found the receipts, and they're going to pay $5 million to send him back. Let's just think about this. You just mentioned it. They're going to pay to send him back. Are they paying fuel as well, or are they just leaving him in Chelsea? I don't even know what this even means. I've never heard of it.
I didn't know clauses like this were wrote in. When we hear a by obligation, we just assume by obligation. At the end of the season, he's your player. I cannot believe that this was even wrote in. The fact it was wrote in, I'd like to see if this is usually a thing that gets wrote in, or because of his track record and how they must have felt about this transfer to begin with. Was this something they put in because they did quietly think, bit of a worry?
I don't think it's a clause. I think it's a legal clause that you break a contract and maybe there's a percentage. So if it's 25 mil,
just a flat thing.
20%. Is that 20%? Yeah, forgive me, I'm massive. My strongest point: a 20% legal fee. They have maybe spoke to a lawyer. A lawyer has said yes. I mean, look, the fact they're even having these conversations is hilarious. And you know what? This is the best business Chelsea have ever done. Paying $5 million to not have him. It's the best.
I was just going to say this to you, right? Imagine, right, we're sat here, Man United are getting £5 million for doing nothing. So usually you'd go, this is actually pretty good for United. They're going to get £5 million and their asset back that they can offload. No, but listen to this. They are never going to recoup the money that they were going to get off them stupid idiots to begin with. Because yes, they are getting £5 million back, but they're also getting a £5 million player back. So they're fucking 15 down.
Christian, make no mistake about this, mate. Chelsea are the winners in this deal. They are the winners.
Which, by the way, they are absolute fools. But the fact we're even saying that just shows where that guy's at in his career. And not only this, Alex, just wanted to ask you this, mate, because you sent me and you were very pissed off on the pod. I think it was around when we first started doing this, and you saw he put a comment under Rashford's Instagram, didn't he? And he was making out like Man United was some sort of prison that he was trapped in. And I think he quoted maybe freedom. Am I right?
He did, yes. Yeah.
Now, what would you say on the back of the prospects that this guy that publicly did that may have to actually come back with his tail between his legs?
He's a fucking disgrace. And you know the irony of it. The freedom is... I'll tell you what the freedom is me and all United fans who don't have to watch you jog forwards 5 yards with your fat arse, turn around and lay it off to the left back every 5 minutes because you're incapable of doing anything. That's what freedom is. Now we're actually flipped back now. Now we're going to have to be stuck with you. We're the ones that are stuck, mate, in fucking jail, watching your shit ability. Where's my freedom? I tell you what, every United fan on planet Earth should comment freedom when he leaves this fucking club for good. That's freedom. I want to see his fucking lazy bastard. I tell you what, Ten Hag did pretty much nothing right in all his time of being at United. The one thing he did do right was send him to Holland to try and sort his fucking fitness out. And secondly, to banish him to the reserves and make him sit with the academy players, and he probably could have learnt a thing or two off them, to be honest. Can't stand him. I can't stand him. I think he's shit. I think he's shit at football. I think he's a shit person.
Yeah, I agree.
And to comment that on Rashford's fucking... the joke is, it was beggy. Rashford didn't even reply to it. Rashford probably thought, nah, mate, you're a fucking cunt for that. Yes, it's gone sour with Rashford. But I've just got something. Jadon Sancho's freedom comment was 6 weeks ago. You're right. I was pissed off. Since then, he's played 400 minutes. He scored no goals. He scored no assists. And he submitted a transfer request. Apparently, he wants to go back to Dortmund. He's already got that in because he can see where this is going. So is that what freedom is? Well, what's your freedom, mate? Because freedom is a club paying $5 million not to have you. You fucking shite. Honestly, get back to Dortmund. That's all you're good for. All you're good for, mate.
Yeah, go back to the league that suits you. But, mate, I've just got one thing on this as well. So, look, I'm a City fan, and look, I find a lot of things with United funny and banter aside. However, that guy is an absolute knobhead. And the fact that he commented that, it is disgraceful. At the end of the day, they are still your fucking main employers, you fool. You actually commented that. And not only that, right, where this is the most disrespectful is that club supported actually sending him away when he was playing that bullshit card, the mental health card, and saying he needed to go away for a bit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When really, look, was that true? I'm not sure I buy it, especially with his character and the way he acts in public. I don't particularly buy that. He then came back, and also his previous manager, yes, I know you're not a fan of, said he had disciplinary issues even after that. So he got granted leave. He came back and he started playing up again. This is why I doubt any of that was real with that mental health stuff, because he come back and he was acting improper yet again.
Yeah.
He then was doing it the same, and the next man, mate, he has never stopped. His career has been the same pattern throughout from being a 17, 18. It is piss poor, and no one should touch him with a barge pole. He has one club, and I mean, honestly, one club in the fucking world that will touch him. Apologies. And that's Borussia Dortmund, and that is genuinely it.
And they're idiots if they touch him again. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I'm not being funny, but I watched my team come second, thought we was building something, and had to watch us spend 75 million on the useless bastard.
Yeah.
And this isn't hindsight, by the way. I fucking didn't want him at the time, and I've got like I said, I've got tweets here showing to my mates that are backing it up. So where's my 3 months off? Where's my 3 months off of mental health? Send me away. I have to sit there and watch my club blow 75 million on a winger who can't do anything.
I know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
They've not even paid for him yet.
Oh,
as we heard the other week with Jim.
No, poor Jim's got. I know he's got to get the fucking useless bastard back. Yeah, look, let's just honestly just give him to Dortmund for free. I don't even give a shit anymore.
That leads it kind of segues into my next question. Is that what you would say? Is that what you would ask for? Do you just think it's imperative to get this little virus out of the club rather than try and sustain some sort of asset or value within him? Because I genuinely don't think there is much value to him. Mate, I mean, it couldn't be more simple than this. I've never seen in World Football a club pay to not have someone. So the fact that you're now going to have to find a buyer. And also, by the way, the club that did pay to not have him is the club that notoriously buys everyone.
Yeah.
So if they're not having you, I seriously... Well, no one in the Prem is going to touch this guy. So he's then stuck with this Dortmund thing. I genuinely think you might have to give him Dortmund for free.
Oh, me? I'll fucking pay them 5 million. Can we just pay that 5 million forward? We'll pay Dortmund to have him. He's toxic. Yeah. He's a modern day baller. I remember once I was at Old Trafford watching a game, and I was with my mate Phil watching a game, and we was in the toilets after the game. I think we drawn 1-1. He came on for a little cameo. You're never going to guess what he did in that cameo. He received the ball, did a little quick feet thing, and laid it off to Luke Shaw for half an hour. Anyway, I was in the toilets having a piss, and the guy next to me, I was going, this is still on the back of the signing, so fans are still referring to him. And the joke is, I was like, he's not good. He's not good, and I'm sorry if you're stood here getting upset about it. He's not good at football. And this guy went, you know what he said to me? He went, he is a baller, though. I went, he's not, though. And it was like, it's quite quiet around when you're having a piss in it. And there's people, and it's like, I know everybody knows I'm right, and everybody's got fucking eyes here. like you said, you want to go on YouTube, you want to see, he megs someone great. Megs is a low percentage move, and I've never thought it was impressive anyway. Even if it was, even if you do it at a high rate, it's not a high percentage move. So yeah,
He's a
I just don't
baller.
like
He's a
him.
ball. What does that even mean? He's a
He's not.
baller.
Well,
We'll,
he's
we'll
fucking.
put him in baller league then. Baller
Yeah.
league is full of semi-pro wankers that
Yeah.
are social media influencers. Fucking put him there then.
He's in that ilk though,
He's
isn't he?
probably
He's
look out.
a
He's
bit
probably
like,
look out of his depth there. That's the joke.
yeah, he is a bit. That's the thing. I honestly reckon in my heyday I could defend him. I really do.
Well,
I
Alex,
don't think.
at the end of the day, he probably wouldn't attempt to take you on. I
No,
don't know. How many? You know what? I'd love to see a start of how many
no,
actual take-ons he attempts. I don't mean completes or gets past the guy. I want to know how many times he even attempts it, because I don't think it's many.
It's all fucking create angles and shit. You know what? Do you remember when England played San Marino or in Armenia, and there was a video of he skinned some guy, and he was sat with someone taking the piss out of this poor bloke who was a part timer, and I was like, you finally took someone on. He's about 38 and is a plumber from Armenia, or maybe
He's a
not Armenia.
bellend.
Sorry, I'm paraphrasing here, and he's taking the piss. Mate,
I
he
think he's one of the most
fucking ass.
unlikable footballers I think we've ever seen in this modern day. He's everything that's wrong with the modern day footballer. He's an ego with no talent. Fuck him off. Give him somewhere for free, because he's not worth it. He's toxic as fuck. I think the fact he disgraced your club trying to take the piss, that same club that bent over backwards, and not only that, how disrespectful to the fucking fans who cheered. I remember when you had your little fucking hiatus for however long you went away for, went on holiday for 6 months or something, and you come back, you were cheered onto the pitch by them same fans that you want to mock, and you want to say you were in a prison back then. You are a fucking div, mate. And that's coming from a City fan.
He's not had a shot on target in 2025. Jadon Sancho, in this time where he's got out of this hell that's Manchester United, has not had a shot on target in 2025. Chelsea fans have had enough. Chelsea fans who defend all sorts of donuts have had enough.
Yeah.
The club who give 10-year contracts out like they're a pick and mix stall are on about paying 5 mil to send him back.
Yeah.
It couldn't have happened. Look, yes, he's coming back to my club and that annoys me. However, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And I hope that ego is in so many pieces. I hope he never recovers from it. And I hope he goes back to Dortmund and they fucking out him as well, because he's a little runt.
Yeah.
He's fucking little pathetic face. Just fuck off. I never want to see you again. Get on my face. I'm like Warnock on that clip. Neil Warnock.
Mate, honestly, it's fucking true. Well, imagine what he'd have done with a player like that. Fuck me, he'd have booted him out of the fucking dressing room.
Awful player. And yeah, I'm just I hope it's the back of him really for good. Won't be missed.
No.
And we can move forward as a club. Awful signing, probably that amount of 1 and 2 in my opinion. I think Mount's a nicer guy, so I'll put him second. But,
yeah, honestly, I think he's actually the worst, just because of when you buy, when you go into the market and you buy a player, especially for that amount of money, you've got to look at the whole package that you are getting. And like I said, this guy had discipline issues from a very, very young age. He had an ego. There was a clip, mate, right? And he came on for Phil Foden. He came off for Phil Foden when he was a kid. And he wouldn't shake his hand coming off the pitch. And we are talking, he was about 15 at this time.
I know.
Now, the joke is, his attitude has actually got worse from that point. You could let off, look, we've all played football when we're 15, 16, and we might have been a bit bratty, you know what I mean, on the car on the way home. That guy got fucking worse. He's an awful player with an even more awful attitude. Fuck him off.
Like it. Yeah. Well, it's 19 minutes of Jadon Sancho, and we're never speaking about him again. No, I'm joking. We are. We're throwing a fucking... we're throwing a party the day he leaves my club. I'll drive him to Dortmund myself. I'll just have headphones in all the way, so I don't have to listen to his fucking bullshit, and maybe put a little black cab visor up so I don't have to look at him. Get out my face, son. You make me feel sick. Shout Warnock. Awful player. Thanks for that, Ollie. I love you, but that was one of that is something I will probably never be able to forgive you for, especially because you thought he was a left winger and we had 2 fucking wingers who are better than him. Yeah, mate.
So true.
Just, let's hope that Chelsea just think we can't do this. We cannot. We cannot toss 5 million into thin air. Even though it's the best thing to do, by the way. Please don't watch this, Todd Bowley. I'm sure you won't anyway, but I'm just saying, even though it's the right thing to do, Chelsea, please do it. You never know. Go and have a look at Bundesliga 2019 skills Jadon Sancho. Go and have a look at that video. That's what you can get for 25 mil.
Yeah. Mate, you never know. If Todd Bowley does watch it, he'll probably drop a super chat for 5 million.
Yeah.
He's fucking laughing at how funny the video
He'll probably subscribe.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Nearly 100.
Well,
come on.
Thanks, Christian. We've done a few
Yeah,
eps tonight. Anybody listening to this, if you hate Jadon Sancho as much as me and Christian, please hit a like, please subscribe, and join the celebration when he leaves Manchester United, because there'll be a few of us. Well, it should be every single United fan on planet Earth.
Facts, mate.
Even though he's a baller. Christian,
yeah.
thanks a lot as always. Catch you on the next one.